Hello, everybody. Welcome to your AEW Dynamite uh, review. I am Jeff. As you can see, we are missing a member of the team today, Mr. Ryan. Uh, he will be back for our Rampage debut or for Dynamite this week. Before we get into things, that's pretty much all the news and notes we have for that. It's just that Ryan will be back. He is awesome. Don't worry about it. All right. Um, so I hope you guys like the little. I'm learning how to do this stuff here. So slowly but surely, I'm getting there, including trying to figure out camera angles. Oh, maybe the other way because my big ass head needs to fit in here. Okay. All right, people. So Rampage. This is the first time we're doing Rampage as a review. So we figure since it's a smaller review, that we don't really need two people to do it necessarily. So some weeks you'll see me, some weeks you'll see Ryan, and some weeks you'll see both of us. So that's the awesome part. But let's see how the cookie crumbles here. All right, so I'm going to pull up my notes, ladies and gentlemen, and also I need to get rid of one thing. Technical difficulties. I have a Bluetooth speaker hooker and it is saying everything. Alright, now we're cooking with gas, friends and family. Alright, so here we go. AEW Rampage started off the night with a match that everybody's been looking forward to seeing. That is Pac and Andrade. It was a great match. The end was goofy, but it was a great match. So it ends with Chavo hitting Pac with the iPad from Andrade. Hits him with the iPad. Andrade gets the win after a match where they went back and forth, mano y mano. They were very in sync with each other. So I didn't understand why you needed to that this was the move you needed to make here. But this was what they chose to do. The match itself was outstanding. Andrade could be in your main event picture, and I wouldn't complain. The way that Pac could be in your main event picture, and I still wouldn't complain, because both of these guys are absolute killers in the ring. So after the match is really when everything comes through. So the Lucha Brothers come through to save, because you get the normal beatdown looking thing. And Andrade finds out that Chavo used the iPad. Apparently he did not want to win dirty. He wanted to win this match clean. So he punches Chavo right in the old face. Then the Lucha Brothers come out. They super kick Chavo. And then Pac hits him with the brutalizer. So Chavo just gets his ass handed to him the entire night here by everybody. And I saw on Twitter that his assistant, Andrade's assistant, his name on Twitter is Andrade's assistant. So we really don't have a name for this guy. Andrade said that they need to talk too, because I believe he did something to kind of cheat throughout the match too. I don't remember, but I believe that's the truth. So then we go into our next match. I'm telling you, what if this thing goes more than 20 minutes, I would be shocked. But next we have the Sting and Darby. They call out Tully and Spears. So Tully comes out to tell Sting, blah, 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 blah. And basically it was a distraction to let them know that they're always a few steps ahead. And that was exactly the case here. As Sting is going back and forth with Tully, Darby is kind of in the background of the whole situation. And in that situation, he gets the, what does they call that? The C4? The C4 from Shawn Spears on the outside of the ring. Darby always taking these very, very hard bumps. And ouchies is what I say. You shouldn't take that long. It's just a lot of bumps from Darby on that one. But I'm hoping that we don't have some sort of singles. I don't want to totally Sting singles match out of this. Please just give us a harmless tag match between the four. I think that's, again, Darby is going to be a great worker. Spears is a hell of a worker. Sting at his age is a hell of a worker. And Tully's taken a few bumps here and there, so you just minimize what you do to Tully in that match with getting him over with some kind of sort of, trying to cheat or whatever, and I think you'll get a perfectly good match out of these guys without any kind of a fuss. So so Spears and Tully get the upper hand this week by taking out Darby. Next up, there really is not a lot on this show, but next up is there's a video package featuring Adam Cole, Bebe, and Bryan Danielson. I said it right. I even put BD down here just so I knew not to say Daniel Bryan. So it's BD instead of DB. Okay? He's not a defensive back. Not DP. Because, not that. So BD. Yes. So it starts off with Adam Cole saying he trusts the Elite with his life. He trusts the Young Bucks. He trusts Kenny. Second week in a row, he has said not a word about the Good Brothers behind him. So last week on Dynamite, when he was talking, he said nothing about the Good Brothers. And then again, he didn't mention the Good Brothers. So I wonder if there's some kind of angle that's going to be coming out. A little rift within the Elite with Cole and the Bucks and Kenny, and somehow the Good Brothers are going to kind of like be rifting with Cole a bit. Overall, this was a good segment from Cole. Just basically saying how he trusts the Elite with his life, which I all believe is a giant swerve at the end because they already killed him once on BTE. And then this week on BTE, yes, I'm recording this super late since it's already Monday. But this is when we could get to it. So Kenny Omega, in being the Elite, is talking about how he just consistently wants to poison Adam Cole and how that's something he needs to try to stop doing. But at the end of the day, that basically is a, it's going to be an underlying storyline that at the end of the day, he still does not like him. So after Adam Cole, we wind up having Bryan Danielson talking about how he wants to, face Kenny Omega in his first match, but he cannot face him if he can't face him in his first match, he will face whoever accepts a challenge because he likes the hunger of AEW. And we're back. That segment was just a little video package kind of to make sure that they run with these debuts. Next up we had the trios match of Ruby, Statlander, and Riho against Britt, Rebel, and Hayter. So, first of all, I wrote, can we get a Hayter versus Statlander match? Because they literally are just so good at what they do. They're just so good in the ring. So, it's just two big, strong women going at it. I think that a one-on-one between them would be an explosive match because first of all, they're both very good in the ring. They're not very green. They're very skilled in the ring. They're professional and they're safe. So I would love to see a Hayter and Stat match at the end of the day. Riho went off. She had a couple flips off the top rope. She always makes her point known. She doesn't wrestle a lot in AEW and in the US, but when she does, she really puts on a performance that is unlike anything you've ever seen. So Riho does her thing. And at the end of the day, Ruby Soho, again, with the Pele kick, was the Riot kick. I don't know what they're going to be calling it here in AEW. Maybe the Rancid kick, since that's her theme music. But Ruby Soho wins with the Pele kick to Rebel. Obviously, Rebel is in that match to take the pin. Perfect idea here. The main event, it was what it was. There was a Max Caster rap. It was traditionally, you couldn't really do too much craziness because after what MJF did with the Pillman family, there's not really much more you can go into as far as the Pillman family goes. So this was a quick match. Brian Pillman wins. He was wearing the tiger stripes like his dad, and also obviously Cincinnati Bengals. A little ode to his hometown with him being the hometown boy. After they went off the air, I believe he had John Moxley with him as well. So John Moxley and him, a lot of people have been comparing the John Moxley, Brian Pillman Jr. to Stone Cold and Brian Pillman Sr. when they were the Hollywood Blondes, opposed to now Pillman and Griff Garrison as the Hollywood Blondes, or as the Varsity Blondes. My fault. So we shall see what exactly comes of that, or if just Pillman getting the hometown rub. If that's the case, good for him. If it's not, good for him. Either way, some exposure is good exposure. Let me see if I have any little news and notes. So this is longer than a 13-minute podcast. Excuse me and stuff. Just hell of a good thing here. Congrats to Big E on winning the WWE World Championship. It is huge for him. He is one of them guys who, you've said it for years on years on years, and I know this is an AEW podcast, but you've been saying for years, Big E needs a singles run. Big E needs a title run. Big E, Big E, Big E. There's a reason everybody says Big E so many fucking times. It's because Big E is just money. He is money, and you need to make sure you understand that he is money. So, congratulations for him. I'm excited. Again, you gotta be questionable still because we don't know what they're going to do from it. All we know is that he won the title, but Kofi won the title. Great moment, and then later on he lost to Brock in what was it? 16 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe it was less, maybe 7 seconds. Wasn't it 7 seconds? He literally got hit with a F5, and then that was it for him. So it was beyond something different. Okay, so Brian Cage. Let's see here. Well, Brian Cage obviously very upset with his contract right now, but it's something he needs to figure out because I don't know if they're booking him wrong or if he's booking him wrong. But so basically we have the Machine. He goes off to call out Miro, God's favorite champion, and that's big meaty men slapping meats. I'm 110% behind that at all times. So so Cage says, let's cut to the chase, Ricky. I know we're both sick and tired of this. Let's just do this mano a mano, which is being used so much in AEW. I don't know what happened here, but yeah. This mano a mano and take this absolute ass whooping that's coming to you. See, this Cage, I like. But on AEW television, all he does is who better, and then he does a little fucking thing, and that's it. Let this personality, your Twitter fingers, let them come out of your mouth fingers. And I'm telling you, I think it's some guys have a little bit of trouble adjusting to like the fact that they're not scripted, that they're not told to do this. Like it's 90% you, man. Just 90% you. You got to figure it out. Like Miro, when he first came in with the best man gimmick, it was, woof. It was like, maybe Miro's not who we thought he was. He's a beast, but maybe it's like he was just the Miro Day guy. That was the tippy top of him. And after he pulled away from Kip and created this God's favorite champion, the Redeemer moniker, he has absolutely been on a tear. And I think the same can come of Brian Cage being alone and not part of Team Taz. Maybe he does not need the mouthpiece. Maybe he can be his own mouthpiece and be better and come off as a huge babyface. That's 110% possible. So he goes on to say, because I'm absolutely going to get my shit in, and then I'm absolutely going to move on to bigger and better things, because once I finally close the door and seal the deal with this, there's something else I've got in mind. Yeah, there's a certain God's favorite champion that I need to meet. God's favorite champion, or God's favorite machine. I dig it. You already know nobody's better. So that's a hell of a promo by Brian Cage. It was just, he did the video. I hope AEW tags it better, because he tagged AEW in it. I hope they pull something from this because that's a hell of a move, man. That's absolutely a hell of a move. Let's see, any other news for the day? Ricky Stark says that CM Punk gives open, constructive criticism backstage in AEW. Both of these things so far have come from Ringside News. Got to give out my props here because I'm not just going to steal your news, kids. Let's see. Jim Cornette says Adam Cole was upstage twice in AEW so far. Jim Cornette can suck a bag of dicks. How about that? Adam Cole is on the same page as me. He's saying that the clash of the Elite and Bullet Club is inevitable. I assume since the Elite is complete, that's what you will be getting is Bullet Club versus Elite at some point. You can bring the, and I don't know where you push the Good Brothers. Do the Good Brothers move to the original, and then you can have the Tongans, you can have Jay White. I think you can have a hell of a matchup, even if you pulled the Good Brothers to the opposite side. But yeah, I'm 100% down for that. So it's kind of down to see what's going on here. It's Rampage. You know, they put on what they put on. You can't have CM Punk debut every week. So they need to just start making it about certain things. I think you put more women's matches onto Rampage. At least have one a week. Because you're still not promoting your women's division the way you should be in this. Because I'll say from a statistic of someone who watches Dark Elevation, the women are working their asses off on that show, and there are some that haven't broken through yet that I feel like will. Right? Like, I understand not under contract with some of them, like Kylan King. I think Kylan King is like a beast in the waiting. She's big, she's athletic. I call her the female Sheamus. Not just because she's a ginger, but she's like a female Sheamus. She's big, she's hella athletic, and she picked up on wrestling so quickly. I remember when she first started working Dark, when they started putting on, like right when the pandemic had begun, you're doing empty stadium shows. And to now, where she is a fully formed professional wrestling superstar, hell yeah. Get her some spotlight and let her do her thing because she's not going to disappoint. So Kylie King is my superstar to look out for if they sign her correctly. Because I think that with the Ruby Riots or Ruby Sohos of the world, the Statlanders, the Britt Bakers, even Penelope Ford has been looking way better in the ring than she was looking. She's improving her game, or finally being allowed to wrestle instead of being Kip's lip smacker. But I think that there's a lot to come from this women's division, a lot that they can do, but you need to start getting on it because you can't be falling behind on this division like that. It's not right. So get this division going, guys. I understand there's only so much TV time, but Rampage had plenty of TV time as an hour of it. All right, give us some good women's matches, and like tonight, I truly enjoyed the trios match between Britt's crew and Soho's crew. So, yeah, that is, I believe, all we have for this edition of AEW Rampage post-show. I think that for Rampage, it did what it had to do. It's not going to pull the same numbers as Dynamite. It's not going to have the same stars. I don't think you're going to be seeing CM Punk wrestling on Rampage anytime soon. But as far as what it needed to get across, they got it across. So, guys, thank you again for tuning into another edition of our podcast. Ryan will be back on, I believe, Wednesday night. We're going to try to do around 11 or 12 because apparently you guys are always awake at 11 or 12. So in that 11 or 12 o'clock after Dynamite ends, we will hit you with the Dynamite post show with me and Ryan. Remember to please subscribe, like, and follow. That is key. On Twitch, we stream live. Not just this, we stream video games as well. We do some Fortnite, and he does his Dragon Ball Z thing. I don't know anything about it. I apologize. But he does his Dragon Ball Z. I believe there will be probably NBA and MLB at some point, and also Fortnite. But we also have our wrestling shows on there a few times a week, and obviously for pay-per-views. So please subscribe to us on Twitch and like us, and on YouTube as well as like our YouTube channel. Same thing, those videos will be all uploaded to that. Video games and wrestling and anything else we might have in store. We don't know. We don't know what our future holds. So please, guys, go like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications to know that we are live, that we are ready to go. And so whenever we post that we're about to go live, you guys will know. And this way you can jump in on the chat, because this one is pre-recorded, but normally we do it live, and you can comment live on YouTube, you can comment live on Twitter, or Twitch rather, and we will get back to you right away. We love the interaction. The interaction is best. I tell you, have a nice, good wrestling show. You know, I just went through the stuff, but I would love someone to say that Darby was ass, or God, please don't let Tully in the ring, or something of that manner. So please, yeah, come watch us live. It's gonna be fun. We're all about the banter. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. This has been a couple of jars with your AEW Rampage review. Me and Ryan will see you Wednesday night.